Namaskar, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel, Vedic Astro Amit. Today we'll talk about the transit of Surya Bhagwan Sun in the nakshatra of Rohini from May 25th through June 8th. This is a short transit, but very significant. We discussed the transit of Jupiter in Rohini. That's going to be in June. And if you haven't already watched that video, now this one is going to be very different. This is a fantastic combination because I call it the king meets the queen, because Surya is the king of the planets and Rohini is the queen of the nakshatras. And we'll discuss what that means and how what this means overall for everybody. And then we'll discuss all the 12 rising signs. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. So let's get started. So as always, we'll discuss the planet, which is Surya. We'll discuss the nakshatra, which is Rohini, and we'll discuss what that combination means together. Surya, as we know, is the king of the solar system. So right off the bat, there could be ego. Okay, so the king may have a lot of ego, but the king is also a giver. King wants to give and make his praja, his pupil, happy. And in mythology, we learn a lot of stories. Karna was the son of Surya. He was the son, biological son, child of Sun. And he was known as Danavir Karna. He was the big giver. In Mahabharata, Karna was born with a shield on his chest that nobody could pierce through. But Pandavas saw that without piercing through this chest of Karna, they could not win the battle. And so Krishna went and asked Karna for this chest. So Karna didn't think twice. He knew once he takes off this protective chest, then they'll lose the war. He may be killed, but he just stripped it off and gave it to Krishna for Pandavas. And so Surya is the giver. Surya, the sun, gives its energy, gives its light and heat every day without fail, without any discrimination, and to everybody, day in and day out. The other important thing about sun is timing. Sun is a timekeeper. It's always punctual. So sun is connected with the timing of events and being punctual in life. Sun is our immunity. Sun is also a very, you can say, outgoing planet. It's like out there. Sun is our radiance, our brilliance, our self-confidence. Sun represents our health in general, immunity. If you have sun in the first house, we say a person has a pretty solid immunity. So a lot of connection with health. And sun, obviously, being a leader, doing things in a very grand, royal fashion. That is Surya, the sun. Now, Rohini. Rohini is the favorite nakshatra of Chandra, the moon. As we know the story or the mythology, it goes, there are 27 nakshatras, right? And Moon wanted to spend all his time with Rohini, his favorite nakshatra. So Rohini represents beauty. Rohini is very, very attractive, very beautiful. Rohini represents agriculture. The symbol is an ox pulling the cart. So connection with the earth, with the food, abundance, and growth, all sorts of growth, not just money, but all sorts of growth in life. Now, the negative thing is Rohini could be associated with possessiveness and jealousy. All the other 26 nakshatras, they were sisters. They were jealous of Rohini, right? So the person, so you have to look at your chart. In the natal chart also, if you have important planets, let's say if you have moon in Rohini, you may be jealous of other women, or other women may be jealous of you if you're a female native. Okay, so there's could be an element of jealousy, possessiveness, because Rohini possessed in a way, or just kept Chandra just to herself. She didn't share Chandra with all the 27 nakshatras, all her 26 sisters. Okay, now Rohini is also associated with foster care. Rohini was the foster mother for Balram, the elder brother of Krishna. He was moved in the womb, he was transferred to the womb of Rohini. So she was the foster mother. So all these are the themes for Rohini Nakshatra. So what does it mean when Sun is going in Rohini? It's a grand union. It's like the king is going to the castle or to meet the queen. So it's a big deal. So you can say so a lot of things could manifest. One is this will enhance the giving nature. You'll see a lot of people making donations. A lot of people will be supporting each other. There'll be a lot of nurturing, literally more emphasis on eating sattvic, dharmic, healthy food, nurturing, caring, and helping other people, volunteering, charity, literally taking care of other people, being a foster mother to other people. So this is the time for giving and serving. These 2 weeks, excellent for donations. So for helping other people, helping the needy, the poor, and that's one of the remedies too. But we'll see increase overall worldwide. We'll see huge increase in donor activities and volunteer helping other people, caring for each other. You'll see support, especially support from high level, higher ups, like leaders supporting people or organizations or each other. So that's overall, we'll see that effect. Second thing is there'll be more display of strong will and determination. Okay, so because both, it's the king of the solar system, Sun, and the queen, Rohini, is very strong as well. She could handle Chandra all to herself, confine Chandra to herself. And so you'll see a lot of leadership, bold, determined action, and strong will. And that action will not be action of the Mars. This will be the action of the leader, the Sun, that's been thought out with proper strategy. So this is going to be fantastic for execution. Strategy and making decisions, big decisions at the executive level. This may also lead to overindulgence. Okay, so here's the king, the royal king, luxury. And then we have the royal queen of nakshatras, Rohini. So both of these are royal planets. So there could be a lot of indulgence and lavish, could be expenditure also, but show off, a lot of possibility of show off. But everything will be grand scale. And the other thing, as I mentioned, there could be possessiveness, jealousy, and ego. Sun is the king, the ego, and Rohini, same thing. A lot of possibility of possessiveness and jealousy. There could be emphasis on material comforts and wealth and enjoyment and luxury. So good things in life. So expensive things, luxurious products, those things will be the focus. So you'll see a lot more expenditure. People will be spending on luxury items. Then this combination will see emphasis on charm and beauty and attraction, because Rohini, the most beautiful nakshatra as per Chandra, right? So his favorite nakshatra. And Sun is the karaka for health in general, immunity. Sun is the brightness from within, right? So Sun is the bright rays of the sun, very attractive. So there'll be focus on beauty and charm and attraction. That could mean, people spend more time on their looks, or emphasis on beauty products, or being beautiful from within. Okay, so people will shine bright because this is royal nakshatra, and there'll be limelight. They'll be out there. Then one of the big key things you'll see is creativity. Okay, Sun is very creative. One of the names of Surya, the sun, is Hiranya Garbha. Hiranya Garbha literally means a golden egg, golden egg. And then Rohini, the nakshatra of creativity. I've talked about this in the other video on Jupiter in Rohini as well. Jupiter's deity is Brahma, or the creator, the Prajapati, right? So this is a really powerful combination for creativity. Here, Jupiter in Rohini gives you expansion and things like that. But here, literally, creating things. Sun is also the Karaka for the fifth house of creativity, right? So Leo, in the natural zodiac, fifth sign is Leo, and that is ruled by the sun. So sun is the Karaka for creativity. Sun represents all the creative things in our life. So this creative planet is going in to be in the most creative nakshatra, one of the two most creative nakshatras. I put a quiz also on my community page. You can check out the post there. So I put questions there. So which are the two most creative nakshatras? And Rohini is one of them. So massive, massive creativity. So that also means that you can be creative and undertake some new projects. So we'll see especially with which areas, depending on the rising sign for all the 12 signs, we'll see that. But this is also time for a lot of social activity. Be a social animal. You'll be dining and, inviting friends over, hanging out, networking, a lot of communication, a lot of out there, social circles will be very active. So those are the overall effects. Now you have to see in your chart how the sun is placed. Where is the sign of Taurus? What's your Lagna? That, of course, we'll discuss, but specifically for your chart, we have to see all the other things as well. What Mahadasha, Antardasha you're running, all those will make an impact. So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider becoming a YouTube member. We have more exclusive videos and other perks for members. So first of all, let's look at Aries rising. So this is Aries, number one sign, Aries rising. So for Aries rising, sun will be transiting through your second house in the nakshatra of Rohini, you can see here. And sun is the ruler of your fifth house. So sun is, placed or transiting through the second house, is the ruler of your fifth house. So what does that mean? So for Aries, the emphasis will be on creation, big theme. In fact, among all the 12 signs, Aries is one of the two signs where there is maximum focus on creativity. That's because Sun is your fifth lord, and fifth house is all about creativity, intelligence. That's Buddhi. That's Surya as well. Dhi is Surya. Dhi means intellect. That is Surya. And so you'll be very creative. And then secondly, financial wealth, the family wealth, that's the area of focus because second house represents our wealth. And so you'll find new ways or you can undertake new projects or new initiatives to work towards building your family wealth. Good time for finances overall. So this we're talking about the nakshatra specifically. That's the deeper energy we want to see. Although you do have Jupiter and Venus as well, conjunct in the same sign, but not in the same nakshatra of Rohini. So there'll be big emphasis on finance for Aries rising. You'll discover creative ways, new ways, intelligent ways of making money, building family wealth. Then your diet will be very sattvic and holistic and natural. Sun is a very sattvic dharmic planet, and Rohini is all about nurturing and caring. So you'll discover, this is the time to maybe start some new diet, some good, fancy, or very healthy, nourishing diet. Could include exotic foods or, expensive foods as well. That is Sun and Rohini. Number three, your speech is going to be the focus. You have the power now to act as a leader. Sun in the second house in Rohini will give you this nourishing quality to your speech. So when you speak, you'll speak as a leader. That's the Surya. But it'll come across as a nurturing or a nourishing king rather than a dictator. So it'll be very soothing the soul kind of speech. So that this is fantastic period for you to deliver speech, do webinars, do teaching, any of that. So those will be very powerful. Now, you have to be very careful, Aries rising. In terms of your romantic relationships, you may see a lot of jealousy, possessiveness. Those things could crop up. And also, do not overspend or overindulge in your romantic relationships, or you may have this inclination to spend too much on family matters or family members, and also on your children. So take care of expenses with respect to your children, with respect to your romantic partner. But otherwise, creativity will be at its peak. Also, this is a possibly good window for investments and um, especially you could think of investment in food-related industries or anything that is nurturing and caring for others. So those kinds of investments will be good during this period. For Aries rising, one specific remedy is food donation, annadan, because this is taking place in your second house of food. And we're talking about Rohini, which is the nakshatra of agriculture and farming and food. So giving food donation will be the best remedy. Surya is the giver. But make sure you're not giving, old food or just to discard things that you don't want or eat. It should be good, sattvic, holistic, and healthy food that you donate. Some things that you would eat yourself, even better than that. So donate something that's really good quality. That's the perfect remedy for this transit for you to enhance the positive blessings of Surya and Rohini Nakshatra. So that's all for the Aries rising. Your second house and your fifth house are in focus with this transit of Surya and Rohini. And anyway, wherever sun goes, that area of life gets illuminated. So the heart of Taurus is getting illuminated in your second house. Next is Taurus rising, a fantastic period. Among all the 12 signs, Taurus rising stands to gain the most because, of course, it is taking place in your second in your Lagna. So right here. And Sun is the ruler of your fourth house. Sun rules Leo. So Leo is your fourth house. So your fourth lord is transiting through the Lagna. And your Lagna lord is sitting there as well. Okay, so this is a very big combination. So Sun in the Lagna, it's a blessing. Good health. You'll have strong self-expression. You'll be confident. This is the king in the house of the queen. Both are royal planets, and you'll feel this rejuvenation, huge confidence. There'll be focus on your physical appearance. There'll be focus on your health, improving your health, eating nourishing food. There'll be focus on creativity and artistic skills, developing those skills within you. And then focus on leadership. You'll come across as a leader. There'll be improved public image. On the downside, there could be some ego and pride. You have to be very careful, Taurus rising, because the king and the queen both can have a lot of ego and pride. So stay away from that. Now, also Sun is the ruler of the fourth house. So fourth house ruler, it means your inner happiness. So you'll discover ways of making you happy. And this is the time where you can have some creativity in your home, like interior decoration or even a bigger home. That's a possibility. And give donations. That's a very powerful remedy for Taurus rising. And then also invite friends over at your home at the place of residence, as fourth house, and offer them nourishing, really healthy food. That's Rohini, and fourth house is your place of residence. This also indicates your mother's health should improve, in general. Better connection with your mother, but also be careful about any ego issues in your home, with your mother especially, or with other people at home. That's very much possible. One big opportunity for Taurus rising is potentially looking at real estate, especially farming and land and agriculture, those kinds of properties or initiatives, because fourth house represents real estate, and the Lord is in the nakshatra of Rohini, which literally is all about agriculture and farming. And so this is a big opportunity. You can consider venturing into this line of work if it makes sense. So some kind of investments or initiatives around farming, agriculture, land, real estate, those will be very powerful during this time. So that's for the sign of Taurus. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon and consider becoming a YouTube member. Next is the sign of Gemini, Gemini rising. And as you can see, Sun is transiting through your 12th house and in the nakshatra of Rohini. We're talking about Rohini nakshatra. And Sun is the ruler of your third house. So that's what's happening. The third house ruler is transiting through the 12th house in nakshatra of Rohini. So Gemini rising people, they have to be very careful about ego or possessiveness or jealousy, all of that. Especially the king sitting in the 12th house is never comfortable, letting go of ego. So for you, letting go of your ego is the number one lesson. And also, you may have ego issues or problems with your siblings, younger siblings. That's possible. And also with foreigners, foreign people, or if you're traveling abroad, be careful not to have too much ego. But this is fantastic period for communication. That's third house, all sorts of communication, written and emails and networking and marketing and sales. That's going to be fantastic. And you'll be very creative in that, in your communication. And also, you'll be nurturing, caring in your communication. It'll come across as somebody who really cares. It's a good time to reach out to people. Good time for short distance travel as well as long distance travel. The third house and 12th house. Good time to learn some new skills. Third house is the house for skills, new skills. And then Sun in Rohini is one of the most creative combinations. Sun is the creation, gives birth, Sun sustains the whole solar system. And Rohini is one of the most creative nakshatras. So learn some new skills, be creative. So Sun is in the 12th house. So donations. Now, what kind of donation? Donation of food is very powerful for you. For also, it was the case for Aries, but also Gemini, Sun in Rohini in the 12th house. Excellent remedy is to give food donations. As I always say, you have to look at your natal chart also, where the placements, where the Sun is placed, where other planets are placed. But this is generic analysis. So, but overall, you'll gain from foreign interactions also. So this is also one other possible opportunity is looking for real estate investments, especially food related or agriculture related in foreign countries. That's a Sun's transit in the 12th house. So that's for the sign of Gemini. Next, we'll look at Cancer rising. So for Cancer rising, we see here Sun is transiting through your 11th house in the nakshatra of Rohini, and Sun is your second house lord. So in a way, this is a very powerful combination. I call it money combination, yoga for dhan, because it is connecting your second house and 11th house. These are both money houses. So this period will be good for finances, or at least you can initiate some projects related to finance. Could be family wealth or could be related to your income from your work, from your profession. That's 11th house. And second house is family wealth. This is the time for dining and wining. The 11th house is totally activated, Sun in Rohini. So good, nourishing gourmet food with your friends and also with your family members. That's the second house. So a lot of dinners, a lot of social gatherings, networking over food. And so food is important, not just hanging out any place in a bar. That's not the idea. Hang out in a place where they serve nourishing, healthy food that nourishes your soul. That's literally it. Rohini is nourishing, and Sun is our soul. So go to a place which really nourishes your soul, a restaurant, or at home. Prepare meals that are really nourishing, like a mother, and then have discussions. And those social gatherings will also give you ideas about financial projects, financial gains. Your speech will be very effective. You can deliver speeches, give webinars, it's completely activated. You'll be very creative in your speech, but also you'll be very nourishing. So people will appreciate your nourishing quality, that you care about other people. So powerful time for delivering speeches. Or like a lot of people say, oh, I'm not a leader. I don't deliver speeches. Essentially, use your words as a leader in any form. In everyday life as well. Use your speech as an effective tool uh, to to connect with other people, and through speech. So this will also improve your social network. You'll grow your social network with people who are more, higher status, you can say, but also more who are leaders and who are good, caring leaders. So that's all for the sign of Cancer. Next, we'll see the sign of Leo. So for rising sign of Leo, Leo Lagna, you can see Sun is transiting through your 10th house in the nakshatra of Rohini, and Sun is your Lagna Lord. So a very powerful time for Leo rising. This will activate your 10th house and your Lagna. So what does that mean? First of all, this will activate your career. You can be very, very creative in your business, in your work, in your career. Think of new ways of doing things, new projects. If you are looking for, direction as to which area of work, this is a good opportunity to deal with any sorts of agricultural products, food supply, nourishment, healthy food, healthy drinks, all of that. And whatever projects you start now, or you may get opportunities now that will help you in the long term. It'll also give you name and fame, more recognition. You'll come across as a leader. And your entire focus will be your career, because the Lagna Lord is sitting in the 10th house. But this Sun's transit in Rohini will also nourish you, your personality, your self-confidence, your self-worth. Those things, you'll feel nourished and refreshed, because that's what Rohini does. And so this is a time for rejuvenation, your own rejuvenation from within, eating, better food, taking care of yourself. So there's going to be a balance between you, your personality, your health, your being, versus your work, your profession, your karma. But both things, you'll be very creative in these areas, and you'll come across as a leader. And one caution is be careful about any ego issues at work, because not just, we've been talking about Sun in Taurus, but this is specifically, Rohini is the nakshatra for, possibly issues related to jealousy and possessiveness. And then Sun is the ego. So careful at work. And also it's your Lagna Lord. So that's you, your ego. So be careful on that respect. So that's for the sign of Leo. Next is the rising sign, the Lagna of Virgo. Number 6 sign is Virgo. So for Virgo, Sun is transiting through your 9th house, and Sun is the ruler of your 12th house. So your 12th house ruler is transiting through your 9th house in the nakshatra of Rohini. First of all, for Virgo rising, Virgo Lagna, there could be expenses. You may have tendency to show off, or because of ego, because of jealousy, because of possessiveness, you may try to show off. Be careful on that. Secondly, this is fantastic period to share your wisdom. That's the 9th house. Sun is the giver. Sun is the king, very benevolent king. And 9th house is all about higher wisdom. So share your wisdom. Then you may also have good connections with gurus, with teachers, and you'll spend more time at the religious places, temple, church. And if you don't, then that becomes a remedy. You should. If you do, you'll get blessings of Sun in the 9th, transiting through the 9th house. So you will be a leader, a guru of some sort. So that's Sun in the 9th house. And your 12th house is activated. So connection with foreign people, your foreign trip. So 9th house, 12th house activity. That means this is time for long distance travel, for even foreign trip abroad, for spiritual purposes, for nourishing your soul. I keep repeating this phrase, nourishing your soul. That's the theme for Sun in Rohini. So nourishing your soul through the ninth house and the 12th house matters, which is spirituality, higher wisdom. And you can also look into, healing through food. 12th house is subconscious mind, and Rohini is all about agriculture and food, and Sun is the health. So this is a great combination to work on your health through food or any of these esoteric, sciences, hypnotherapy, past life regression, connection with the gurus, ancestors. All of that will be activated, and you can be very creative in your the way you learn higher wisdom, the way you share things with other people, your wisdom especially. Another very really good remedy for Virgo rising is prepare some food and take it to the temple, or offer it to your sangha, or for your gurus, for your teachers. So donation of food, especially nice gourmet home cooked food, for your temple, for your gurus, for your teachers. That's excellent remedy for Virgo. So that's for the sign of Virgo. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and join the YouTube membership. Next is the sign of Libra, Libra rising. For Libra, this may bring a few issues. One is, so Sun is transiting through your 8th house. It is the 11th house Lord. Okay, so what does that mean? The 11th Lord is transiting through your 8th house in the nakshatra of Rohini. So Sun is the leader. It doesn't do really good in the 8th house, which is the house of, like unknown things. It's like the bottom of the ocean. That's the 8th house, where you get the pearls of wisdom, but it is unclear. There's darkness. So Sun eliminates that area, but it may feel kind of lost. So there could be a lot of ego issues. That is one caution. You have to let go of your ego even more than Gemini. The For Libra, Sun is in the 8th house and in the nakshatra of Rohini. So there could be a lot of ego clashes, possessiveness, a lot of hidden secrets and things like that, scheming going on. Um, and there could be issues with your friends, especially. That's the 11th Lord coming to the 8th house. That could be a little bit problematic. Good time, excellent remedy is just give, give, give. 8th house is literally in Kalapurush, that's the anus, excretion. So giving donations is the best remedy for the 8th house. So you can give food donations. Of course, it applies to all the 12 signs, but for specific 3 or 4 signs, this makes a lot more sense to give food donations. That's the 8th house is involved here. And then also, this transit, though, is excellent for studying esoteric subjects, astrology, Ayurveda, energy healing, because it is connecting your 8th house and 11th house. 8th house is esoteric wisdom, 11th house is financial gains. So if you start any projects or any studies or anything during this transit in terms of these subjects, those will bring you financial gains. And this is a time to develop connections, social networks with people who are really deep into spirituality. That's the connection of 8th house and 11th house. Not just any superficial friendships, not just being on social media. Try to be less on social media because it may backfire. There could be ego issues. Other issues could be there, but develop friendships that are really deep and who are literally helping you figure out, the purpose of existence, the purpose of the universe. So those things will be very prominent, very powerful. This is a good time for that. So that's for the sign of Libra. Next is the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio rising, Scorpio Lagna. For Scorpio, Sun is transiting through your 7th house in the nakshatra of Rohini. Sun is your 10th Lord. So what's happening is the 10th Lord is transiting through your 7th house in the nakshatra of Rohini. So first of all, big caution for Scorpio is to be careful in your relationships, in your partnerships, one-on-one partnerships, not to have any ego issues. Sun in the 7th house is generally considered not so good. It can lead to like anger or ego. Sun is the ego. And we have this story where, Sanjana, the wife of Surya, had to leave him because of his brilliance. So your partner could be very brilliant or getting all this recognition, name and fame, and you may become jealous. This is a classic, combination. This whole thing of Sun and Rohini being jealous and possessive. This really applies to Scorpio rising. So very careful in terms of ego and possessiveness and jealousy. Those three things in your relationships could crop up, both in your personal relationship and also in your business partnerships. Okay. Also at work as well. This is possible because it's the 10th Lord that's going through the nakshatra Rohini. So again, listen to the intro section. We discussed about the story, and also in general, you'll have a lot of opportunity to be creative. This is massive creativity, but without being this leader and going alone on my way or highway. That could be the tendency for Scorpio rising. So be a leader, be creative, but be nourishing. So Rohini can be both possessive and jealous, but it can also be extremely nourishing. So you can make your relationships very nourishing in even being a leader. Seventh house Sun is the leader, so you can be a leader in the relationship also, but be a nourishing leader. Help, be there, listen, and focus on the nurturing your relationship, so then you can excel both at your work relationships and in your personal relationships. This is going to bring a lot of success in your career, for your work. A good time. You'll rise and shine, and you'll be very creative. You can so in terms of giving, Surya is the giver. You can give your ego in the relationships. You can let go of your ego. And you can also help your co-workers. That's the 10th Lord. That's a really excellent remedy. So anything you do during this transit to help your co-workers, being a compassionate leader, that will really help you, put you as a very uh, uh, good leader. So that's for the sign of Scorpio. Next is a Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius Lagna, Sagittarius ascendant. So for Sagittarius, Sun is transiting through your 6th house, and Sun is the ruler of your 9th house. So 9th Lord is transiting through your 6th house in the nakshatra of Rohini. So first of all, this is the time to focus on your health. Your health will improve. You can put in a lot of health routines, and you'll be good with timing. You'll follow the health routine, whatever you start during this period, because Sun is the timekeeper. A lot of nourishing food, holistic ways of improving your health. Focus on that. Focus on being creative in your health management. Secondly, this is the time where you can be a community leader, social service. That's very uh, powerful remedy actually for Sagittarius rising, to do a lot of social work, but do as a leader, but also nourish other people, nourish the soul. So that's the theme of this transit, is nourishing the soul. Nourishment is Rohini, soul is the Sun. So what do we want to nourish depending on the rising sign? And also you have to look at the chart, your chart, where planets are placed. But overall, you can nourish your soul, Sagittarius rising, by volunteer service, helping other people. Also, by spiritual discussions, by gaining more wisdom, discussions with the gurus, and helping the gurus, giving donation for the gurus and teachers, and being very creative, and also long distance travels, pilgrimage, and taking care of your ego when it comes to spiritual work. Also at work, if you have a 9 to 5 job, your ego is very important. That could be an issue during this transit. So take care of that. So that's for the sign of Sagittarius. Next is Capricorn rising, Capricorn Lagna, Capricorn ascendant. For Capricorn, Sun is going through your 5th house, transiting through your 5th house, and Sun is the ruler of your 8th house. So your eighth lord is transiting through your fifth house in the creative nakshatra of Rohini. So Capricorn, the biggest caution is be careful in your romantic relationships. There could be hidden secrets, there could be stuff going on that you're not aware, but also make sure there are no ego issues with your romantic partner. Second is with your children also, be very gentle and nourishing. This is the time to be creative and help your children, spend time with them, be a nourishing parent rather than having any sort of ego issues or anger or any of that. So essentially, this is the time, as I say, for all the signs, this is the time for nourishing the soul. In what way? Nourishment is Rohini, soul is the sun. But in terms of for Capricorn rising, this is in terms of fifth house and eighth house. So um, help develop a very deep connection with your children, with your romantic partner also, depending on what stage of life you're at, and uh, those connections could be very deep because of the eighth house transit. So you can have spiritual discussions with your children, with your romantic partner. You can go deep and understand the secrets of the universe, and also together you can do some charity work, help be a leader in the society, in the community, do some volunteer work, help other people. And but one other caution is be careful about any speculative investments, any risky bets. Stay away from any of that because sun, the fifth lord, is transiting through the eighth house. But your fifth house is activated. That's the house for creativity, and Rohini is the nakshatra for creativity. So a massive opportunity, big window for you to be creative and do things that nourish your soul. Now, you can also literally pick up some studies or learning some esoteric subjects. That's your eighth house in the nakshatra of Rohini. It'll give you Rohini is the nakshatra of fertility and very abundance and growth. So you'll see growth in those areas if you invest in any esoteric studies, energy healing, hypnotherapy, dealing with the subconscious mind. Those things will flourish. Good time to cook, with your children, with your romantic partner. Nourishing food, healthy, nourishing food. That's Rohini Nakshatra, and the Surya, it's transiting through the fifth house. You can also be creative in dealing with wealth, wealth management, inheritance or wealth from your spouse in-laws, or if you're a wealth manager, and in the finance industry, you'll have a lot of creativity to do some new projects or new job or new ways of making money in financial wealth sector. So that's for the sign of Capricorn. Next is Aquarius rising, Aquarius Lagna, Aquarius ascendant. For Aquarius, as you can see, Sun is transiting through your fourth house, and Sun is your seventh lord. So your seventh lord is transiting through your fourth house in the nakshatra of Rohini. So for Aquarius rising, one big caution is there could be issues with or between your spouse and your mother. Okay, there could be ego issues, possessiveness, jealousy. So depending on if you're married or not, your mother and your spouse or partner could have issues. So be careful about that. This is a good time to prepare food, nourishing food. Focus on food these couple of weeks at your home. That is, your fourth house is activated. Rohini Nakshatra. Sun is there, the seventh lord. So you can invite friends and spend a lot of time at your home. Another thing is good opportunity for looking into real estate or farming or agriculture or food industry, food supply. All of those areas are good opportunities for you right now. And Sun in fourth house is giving you an opportunity to discover what makes you happy. That's the fourth house. It's throwing light. It's illuminating that area of life. And with Sun in Rohini especially, this is all about nurturing your soul. Literally, this applies to you. I've said this for all 12 signs, but in different areas of life. But for you, for Aquarius rising, nurturing your soul literally is the fourth house. That's the Sukhasthana. The house of inner happiness is getting activated. So this is the time to reflect, self-reflection, figure out, your partner, your relationship versus you, what makes you happy, inner core, your heart. So a lot of contemplation and spending time at home, and also with your family members, what makes the home environment nourishing and caring and giving. Um, so that's for the sign of Aquarius. Next is the sign of Pisces. Pisces rising, Pisces Lagna, Pisces ascendant. For Pisces, let's see. So Pisces, the Sun is transiting through your third house here. Okay. And Sun is the ruler of your sixth house. Okay. So the sixth Lord is transiting through your third house in the nakshatra of Rohini. So what that means, first of all, this is excellent time for communication. Third house is communication. You'll shine, you'll come across as a leader, but be a compassionate leader, a nourishing leader. That's Rohini. But focus on communication. Could be marketing, sales, reaching out, emails, written communication, any sort. So all of those will be excellent. Great time. Secondly, great time for you to undertake a lot of short distance travels. Your travels will be very, very productive within the city, or short distance travels for work, for anything. Those will be really rewarding and very effective and beneficial. This is also the time to nourish your relationship with your younger siblings, but make sure there's no ego involved. Okay. This is the time for giving and doing volunteer work. Especially food donations. So sixth house is activated. Sixth Lord is in the third house of Rohini Nakshatra. So food donation is an excellent remedy for you. Learn some new skills. Creativity is going to be at its peak. Third house is the skills. So you can learn some new skills. You can also be creative and start some new initiatives, projects, or some routine for your health. Focus on your health. Especially through food, nourishing food. That's the key to your good health with Sun in Rohini. So that's the overall guidance for Pisces. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon to get the notifications, and consider joining the YouTube membership. You get exclusive videos and discounts on readings, and also especially the diamond members, they get to ask one question per month for free, included with the membership. Thanks a lot for your time. Namaskar.